Sister Leader, have you ever wondered what it truly means to connect with your purpose? Today, we're exploring the role of spiritual wellness in finding inner peace and living a life of meaning and fulfillment. Let's uncover how connecting with something bigger than yourself can transform the way that you experience life. Welcome to Inspired Well-Minded Woman podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Denise, your wellness mindset and resilience coach. Today, we're diving into spiritual wellness. For me, spiritual wellness is about more than just beliefs. It's about connecting with something bigger than yourself, finding meaning and creating a sense of inner peace and alignment. But before we get started, I'd love to invite you to take the free Well-Minded Life self-assessment. This assessment is designed to help you see where you are on your wellness journey and identify areas that may need more attention. You'll find the link in the show notes. So let's get started. I believe spiritual wellness is the process of connecting with your higher self and discovering what brings you a sense of peace and purpose. It doesn't necessarily mean religion. It can be anything, though, that helps you feel grounded and gives you a sense of direction. Whether you connect with the name God, Source, Universe, or Holy Spirit, I assure you that I'm not here to debate your name preference, but rather my goal is to help you decide for yourself your connection with your purpose and your spiritual well-being, whatever that means for you. Now, studies have shown that people who engage in some form of spiritual practice, whether through prayer, meditation, mindfulness, or reflection and gratitude, experience lower levels of stress, a greater sense of well-being, and increased resilience. And of course, that doesn't surprise me, considering my own life. But it says by nurturing spiritual wellness that you can cultivate inner calm, and it helps you handle the ups and downs and the curveballs of life with more grace and with purpose. That alone is encouraging because that should say to you that working on this pillar, this spiritual wellness pillar in your own life, that it will strengthen you from the inside out. And one of the mistakes that we make in our society is doing it in the opposite way, focusing on the exterior for internal change. And that's just not how it works. Actually, that's even more stressful. So, Sister Leader, my question for you is, have you ever felt like you were just going through the motions in life, wondering if there was more to life than your daily routine? Maybe you've hit a point in your life now where you're questioning your direction or feeling disconnected from yourself. Maybe there's something change that's causing you, there's something that changed in your life that's causing you to rethink your purpose, the direction of your life, whether it's you're recently divorced or in a relationship. Maybe you're an empty nester now, and you have to figure out who you are at this point in your life now that your children no longer need you. So, whatever it is for you, or maybe you've reached an age, that's a big thing that many women that I talk to have had to face and come to terms with. I have to tell the ones who are 40 years old, oh, honey, you're still young. And they think sometimes they think that it's over for them because they've hit 40. I'm like, 40 is a gift. If you can think about how many people that, didn't make it to that age, right? So it's easy to get caught up in the hustle of life and the busyness of life and lose sight of what truly matters to you. And as you look around at all the things that compete for our attention, like social media, that makes us feel like we need to do more to be good enough, like we may not measure up, or the reality shows that consume us, or perhaps the constant reminders to buy more, buy more. right? Buy more of the things that we really don't even need. We are bombarded with various stimulus in our environment day after day that doesn't really that does a good job of hijacking our attention and that pulls us away from the things that matters. So if you question the validity of what I'm saying, just think about the last time you went on social media to check for one thing. Maybe somebody said they sent you a DM or they sent you something and you went to check for that one thing. And then 30 minutes later, you're still scrolling through the images and the videos. I must admit that they do grab my attention too. And so, what I try to do is be mindful when I go on these entertainment platform mediums, social media. I try to be mindful as possible so it doesn't distract me from what really matters in that moment. It doesn't always work. I get caught up too, but I catch myself. I catch myself. And so, those are the things that are hijacking our attention, pulling us away from the things that matter most. And if none of these uh, work or if none of these things are something you relate to, what about your social circle? What about those that you're around who make you feel like you need to do more because they acquired so much more than you did in a particular time frame? And I can tell you comparison is real. Comparing yourself to others and others' achievements, that's a real thing. And that's added stress that we put on ourselves because instead of looking within and figuring out what our purpose is in this chapter of our lives and looking at what really matters, we look at the next person and be like, oh, they accomplished this, let me go ahead and do something more to keep up, right? And that's not healthy. That's not healthy at all. So then you lose focus, focusing on external achievements. And sometimes, if you're honest with yourself, you're going into debt just trying to keep up. And I mean, who really wants to live like that? So many people are living like that, but that's not a healthy way, a fulfilling way to live. It certainly doesn't convey self respect and self love, but the distractions are so good at the job that they're created to do that we lose sight of things that matters. There was a time in my life when I lost focus by focusing on my business and other external achievements that I lost touch with my own values and purpose. I mentioned that in another episode, how I got caught up. And I kept pushing and trying to make it, but it felt meaningless and I felt empty on the inside. There was no fulfillment at the end of the day. And it doesn't feel good when you're awake at night trying to figure out what you have to do next to try and achieve this goal, these external achievements. So it wasn't until I took a step back to connect with my deeper purpose that I began to feel truly fulfilled. So ask yourself, have you found yourself at the crossroads of life, sister leader, unsure of which path to take? There's no shame in it if that's where you are. We have got to get to a point where we normalize the fact that we reach crossroads in our life where we have to make a decision on what's next for us and what's best for us. So there's no shame in that if you answer that question yes within your mind, remove the shame, okay? I remember a moment in my life when I was so wrapped up in the idea of success that I forgot to check in with my own spiritual well-being. I can remember exactly where I was when I asked myself the question, when I was at my crossroads. I was a frustrated 28-year-old police officer patrolling my area, feeling so disappointed with the way my life was going, trying to figure out and reflecting on where did I take a wrong turn? Or better yet, with whom did I take a wrong turn with? Yeah. I mean, I'm doing these sessions here to help you realize and to help you understand that the only way to course correct, is to look at what's going wrong, look at what you are displeased with, and let you know that you have the power to change it. There's no shame. We can't hide. Don't hide within your life. So yes, I took a wrong turn with someone, and you may know from your own experience, and if not, good for you, that when you're in a relationship with the wrong person, oh, it can derail your life. And the longer you stay in such situations, you can find yourself in a whole new territory that's not even close to the plan you had for yourself. I've made that mistake more than once, unfortunately. And then in that, also hiding my light so he can feel more of this big man. But that never works. It never works for both parties. So when I said to myself, in that time, 28 years old, patrolling my beat, frustrated, single mom, probably divorced maybe a year or two at that time. Why am I here? My life was not what I had planned for myself before I'd gotten married. It was completely different than how I envisioned my life would be. And then I started thinking to myself, there's got to be more to life than this. And I can remember just being tired and frustrated and say, okay, this can't be it. So, in full transparency, my journey to reconnecting with myself and with a higher source, who I call God, sometimes I say spirit, especially at that age, was not easy. So, I would say my light bulb for life came on around 28, 29. I'm going to say 28 because again, I remember it so vividly. It was springtime, it was warm outside, very nice outside. So I was definitely 28, right? And that's when my journey began. And it's been very transformative, although it wasn't easy. Whenever you look at your own life to find the truth through introspection and to course a journey that aligns and resonates with who you truly are, who you are at your best, it's not necessarily easy. But I will tell you that it taught me, by so doing, it taught me to keep the first things first. And first things first is connecting and staying aligned with God and the purpose for which I believe I'm here. That was a moment of great revelation for me at that time. And I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm just grateful it started in my late 20s, because some people don't arrive to that point until later in life because they've had relationships, they've had children, they've had careers, they have everything that distracts them from themselves until that moment comes where they now have to take a look and they're feeling a void within that causes them to say, There's got to be more, but what is it? I've guided women in their 40s who had that very question. Doesn't mean that you're late on your journey. It means that you're at a crossroad, and that's okay. There's no shame in that. At least you're looking to do something about it instead of being focusing on changing people around you, because that can often happen as well. Is we think that we need something more, there's a disconnect, there's something wrong, and so we try to change people around us thinking that they're the issue, when it's something within you that needs, it's hungering for more, for greater, for better. And I often coach them through working through that and figuring that out for themselves, and they continue to be on their journey beyond that. That is a powerful place to be, because that means you're owning the power within yourself to make that change. So I want to be very clear. And I want you to understand that connecting or reconnecting with your spiritual wellness, with your source, doesn't require drastic changes or a complete lifestyle shift. Maybe you just need to go back doing things that once worked, that was working for you. Maybe you stopped if you're trying to reconnect. And if you've never really had a regimen or something that you connected with and aligned with, then this is a good time for you to start figuring that out. Okay? So you can start by dedicating a few minutes each day for quiet reflection and express appreciation towards others. Simple. You start looking for the good in life. Maybe having a morning ritual. That's what I do. My morning rituals, I'm a morning person. So when I get up, that's usually what I do. And I can tell you when I have neglected or placed other things in higher priority than my morning ritual, I can feel it. So maybe you need to have a morning ritual. Maybe in another episode, I'll share more detail about what my morning ritual looks like and why that's something that I do first thing, and I love it. It positions me to conquer the day with a clear head, an open heart, and with the right radiant energy. Maybe you can even take a walk in nature to get centered in your own life, to get clear in your mind, and to receive the answers that you may have been looking for. So, a walk in nature, you don't have to wait till the 30-day walk to wellness opens up. You can start taking walks in nature now to clear your mind, or maybe be still from your cell phone, from your other devices, and from people, just to be still and breathe and be fully present in your life. One of the things, there's a few things that I walk my clients through when I'm working with them. I remember giving a male client of mine um, the task of finding joy in his day. So I want to encourage you to do that as well. Find joy in your day and focus on being fully present and breathing to be fully present in the moment. Sometimes, if you pay attention to how we breathe, then oftentimes we breathe very, very shallow with all the stress and pressures of life and the busyness of life. We're not taking a full breath. And sometimes if you take that full when you take that full breath, you feel more alive and invigorated in that moment. You feel such a relief. And sometimes people say, Denise, you're always breathing. It's because I had to learn to take a full breath. After all, if you don't breathe, why would I want to limit oxygen to my brain? Right? There's so much tension that I would hold in my body by shallow breathing. And so once I became a certified breath coach, I started to breathe more. In fact, do it here with me now. Just inhale through your nose, filling up your belly. Hold it for a 4 count and then exhale. Oh man, that feels good. I hope that was as good for you as it was for me. Okay, so yeah, try taking breathing fully and being present in your life. Now, there are a few other things that I share and assign my clients to do when we're working together. And one of those things is, and is very key to your spiritual wellness as well. And it's very popular. We hear it all the time, and it's practicing gratitude. It's practicing gratitude. And I like people to practice gratitude in a way where they can experience this assignment in a way that they're looking for moments of gratitude throughout their day, right? And so in the gratitude experience, I would say when we would connect, I would say, what are 3 things that you're grateful for today? Some of them can come up with one, and it could be as simple as I woke up this morning. It could be as simple as my parents are still alive. It could be I love my child. I love my spouse. What are you grateful for today? Find 3. Maybe you'll start with one, but find 3 things, right? And start building up on the things that you're grateful for. And when I ask my clients what would, for their feedback on that experience, what they first notice is feeling less stressed. That's not necessarily the answer I look for, although there's no right or wrong answer in the process, but they definitely say it's been consistent that they feel less stressed. The second thing that they tell me is they start noticing all the good that they were taking for granted in their life. And now, from the gratitude experience that I assign them, they're taking time to appreciate the people and the things that are going well in their life now. And I say that that's a win. So if you can find the good, the blessings, the beauty that's already existing in your life and be grateful for that and take a moment to appreciate that, you're already on your way. So when you acknowledge the good in your life, no matter how small it is, you're building the bridge to inner peace and even more good vibrational experiences. You'll find even more good vibrational experiences will actually find you. Okay. Because you're walking in that vibration. You're walking and exuding and radiating that energy of good vibration and gratitude. So of course, only more of that which you magnify in your life can come to you. Okay. Um, the purpose, your purpose, doesn't always reveal itself in big things, in grand moments. It's often found in those quiet, intentional moments where you reconnect with what matters most to you. So start looking for moments of gratitude in your life. Now, Sister Leader, I'd love to hear how you are connecting with your purpose this week, how you're getting back to more spiritual wellness and well being in your life. I'd like you to share your small action that you'll be taking to nurture your spiritual wellness and share it in the comments below. And feel free to use the hashtag well-minded leader so we can support each other on this journey. Even though I've been at this practice for, oh my goodness, I've been on my spiritual wellness journey since I was 28. I'm not even going to do the math of how long that's been. It's at least, it's over 20 years. Okay, it's been north of 20 years. Okay, and I'm grateful that I can actually say that and share my experience with you. And as I look back, yes, I've been on and off my physical wellness journey for years prior to when I really took it seriously. Okay. Physical wellness has been a part of my life. But when I think about, and I'm sharing this, my experience and my stories with you to encourage you on yours, to think back that I was 28 when mine really started. Now, I was in church and praising God and in choirs before all then, but my true spiritual journey was not doing the religious thing, but it was doing the right thing in spirit and in truth with my higher source, with God. But I had to get to that point of realizing that there was more to life than what I had been experiencing. And I hope that for you as well. And if you're ready to dive deeper into connecting with your purpose and prioritizing your wellness journey, join the Steps into Your Best Self 30-day Walk to Wellness waitlist. This 30-day experience is designed to help you find peace, resilience, and fulfillment within your own life. Whether you're looking to reduce stress, gain clarity, or focus on personal growth, the journey is here to support you. So let's take our wellness to the next level together. Secure your spot on the waitlist through the link in the show notes, and let's walk the path to our best selves. So finally, Sister Leader, I want to encourage you and remind you that we all start our wellness journey at different places. And if spiritual wellness is where you need to start, good for you. And it is a good place to start. Okay. Your wellness, spiritual wellness is the foundation of a life filled with peace, purpose, and inner strength. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about making choices that bring you closer to who you truly are. I'm so honored and grateful to be able to walk this journey with you. So be sure to join me next week as we continue this series and explore the next pillar of wellness. And as we continue to prioritize our wellness, let's soar higher together.